Hi everyone, welcome to Raising Vibrations. My name is Simon. Today I'm going to be sharing with you my thoughts on the new moon in Aries, conjunct Uranus, and the upcoming Grand Cross that's going to be taking place on the cardinal signs. And I felt this was a really interesting new moon that's going to be taking place in Aries at the moment. So I felt that a lot of information about this new Grand Cross, or not this new, but the Grand Cross that's taking place, in April, that's going to be happening. This new moon has actually got a lot of seeds in it that is going to be sharing with us the way in which we're going to find ways of being when this Grand Cross hits us. So what I'm going to be sharing with you guys today is my thoughts, like I said, on how to actually pass through this Grand Cross that's taking place, and of course what it is that this new moon in Aries is meaning, especially conjunct Uranus. I think there's a lot of power and potency involved with this new moon. So as you can see over there on the left hand side, I've just written some information. The new moon is going to be hitting us on the 30th of March, which is Sunday, I believe. And I felt that this was a good time to get this video out to prepare everybody for this energy experience. Now, what I want to do is quickly kind of give some context in relation to why this new moon is happening in Aries, at least from an astrological point of view. I felt that for a large period of time, the universe or the consciousness has been evolving in a way in which we have had to re-establish and understand the way that we are relating to ourselves. And of course, that process then eventually leading to new ways in which we are going to create a life for us outside of ourselves based on this new relating pattern. And I think that with a lot of information and a lot of perspective and a lot of feelings that we as human beings have been experiencing as we've sort of started to become more awake spiritually, I felt that the universe is actually giving us such a beautiful opportunity to, in a way, really truly get to the bottom of what we are needing to connect to, and for us to be able to discover this spiritual path or the spiritual destiny or the spiritual aspect of ourselves. And this is really what's actually happening, to be honest, at the moment, from the astrological point of view, at least, is that there are many levels in which this is experienced. But fundamentally, the bottom line here is that the universe is, in a sense, forcing us, in a beautiful way, by the way, to connect to this space. So you've got like Neptune in Pisces, for instance. You've got Uranus in Aries, really sort of pushing the limits here when it comes to our need and desire for freedom. Jupiter in Cancer has been allowing us to find better ways in which we can express our emotional ways and beings. And of course, with Mars just recently, moving through Libra aggressively, and then deciding to sort of take a three months retrograde. I don't think I've ever heard Mars take that long for a retrograde before, at least recently. So with the symbol Pluto also moving through Capricorn. So for a lot of us on Earth, we have been facing, or at least humanity has been facing this energy pattern within us that has kind of made everything a little topsy-turvy. It's made everything confusing. It's made everything sort of very unclear, etc., etc. There's a lot of us that have been feeling sort of this one step forward, two steps back, or two steps forward, one step back sort of experience. It's just this constant forward and then back experience, and there's nothing that's actually manifesting itself. It's kind of just and I really attach this a lot to this journey that the Zodiac is sending us on at the moment. And it all began with the Mayan calendar ending and new emergence of consciousness taking place on 2012. It really was the case, and it really is going to be accelerating as we go forward. And a lot of you guys out there will probably resonate with this information because you yourself feel this need to express your freedom. And that really sort of captures the essence of this whole process. There is this liberation process taking place. There's this new ways of being. There's this way of inner relationship with ourselves, and then eventually through that our new identity and reality. So this is like this grand big process that's taking place, and it's really important to acknowledge this big process, because it's this perspective that allows us to kind of make sense for the little sort of stories or chapters within this long novel that's taking place. And it really helps us sort of get a better perspective on that. So this chapter that I'm going to be speaking about today is this new moon in Aries that's going to be taking place on the 30th. Now there are a couple of things that I'd like to share with you guys first, or with you before I actually go on to explain a little bit more about the new moon. This new moon is going to have a lot of volatility to it. Okay, this energy pattern is going to be extremely the words are like aggressive. Okay, the words are going to, there's going to be large opportunities for us to act impulsively. There's going to be many opportunities where we're going to feel and find ourselves not being able to be in control of our reactions and our emotions, etc., etc. And there's going to be a lot of energy that is going to be forcing us to act on our sense of independence and freedom. And that's going to cause a little bit of problems within our lives, because if we are still stuck kind of in patterns of behavior that are not allowing for our essential freedom to be expressed, we're going to feel the natural square between Aries and Capricorn, and that is the need to break free. I'm feeling oppressed or controlled. So what I urge everybody that's watching this video to kind of take note of the fact that this energy pattern is not to be played with. It's not a friendly energy pattern in the sense of what's safe and fun and enjoyable. It's a changing pattern. It's one that is fundamentally asking us to redirect the way in which we are expressing ourselves and finding ourselves and looking at ourselves inwardly and relating to ourselves. And it's a change pattern. And of course, coupled with that behavior, there you have the symbol of Uranus attached to it. Okay, and this is what I mean when I say it's not a friendly one, because Uranus energy or Uranian energy is one of liberation. So what the new moon in Aries is going to be asking us to do is kind of pay attention to our sense of freedom, and then Uranus is going to come onto that a little bit and go, we really need to pay to our sense of freedom. We really need to be liberated. We really need to sort of start exploring unconditioned aspects of ourselves. And this is going to be tough, I think. This is going to be a very tough aspect to kind of accept, because obviously a lot of our lives, from the patriarchal perspective at least, has not been or has not allowed for this type of energy expression to take place, which is why I say that from a spiritual perspective, the spiritual awakening that we're experiencing on Earth, there's going to be there is a lot of frustration and anger and sadness and confusion, because that connection back to ourselves means letting go of a lot of the ways in which we have been existing up until this point in time. And the effect of that, of course, is like what I said right now. There's going to be a lot of anxiety, a lot of panic and such. And I think that for me, what I could offer in this particular instance, when it comes to these patterns of energies that are going to be taking place, particularly with this new moon, try to keep yourself grounded. I recommend trying to find some videos or some meditations that allow you to create a sense of groundedness. I ask you guys or everybody to try and have some awareness of another person's own reality as well that they are experiencing in that, and to try and keep your relationship patterns at a minimal explosive rate, because like I said, there are going to be a lot of energy that is going to be asking us to redirect and rechange and liberate, and it might come out as if it's angry or frustrating. So this is definitely going to happen, and I think that it's really important that we just pay attention to that, be conscious of it, try to find yourself being a little bit more compassionate about the other person's perspective as your own as well. And obviously this is something that is really important. So it's like just being conscious, okay, during this period of time, and we're all here in this together, and we just want to kind of sort of attach ourselves to this this energy pattern and see where it takes us. Don't try to ride the wave, because it doesn't have a way of being. This energy pattern doesn't have a way of being that's like, flowing and happy. It's erratic, and it's changing, and it's chopping. So if you find yourself going with that sort of like flow type thing, you could find yourself in sort of really sort of strange experiences. And if that's something you like, then that's a good idea, of course. But for us that are sort of just trying to keep calm and during this period of time, and trying to learn what is being offered during this this energy pattern, then of course being conscious of yourself, understanding more about what is being, what you are actually learning about yourself. Okay. In fact, that's a good opportunity for me to lead on to the next point of this new moon. So the new moon in Aries, as you know from my previous videos, a new moon is a phase in our consciousness which relates to new beginnings, to exploration, to finding out, to be able to look at our reality ahead of us and go, it's been undiscovered, so what does exist there? So it's a freedom pattern. And it also contains the seeds, in other words, the blueprint, in other words, the kind of like direction in which our consciousness will be moving, for the next month, particularly with the sun being in Aries, kind of coincidental, right? But more so with the new moon now being in Aries, we're looking at the archetype of Aries, which again is about self-discovery, okay? And so what we're looking at here is the opportunity for self-discovery, okay? And this is what we're going to basically be asked of ourselves during this period of time between now and, I would say, maybe the 1st of May, because that comes after April, right? That's when we're going to start to sort of like, feel the the energy pattern sort of dissipate, or at least the intensity of it. So between now and sort of, like I said, the 1st of May, there's going to be a lot of self-discovery taking place. And of course, this ties in beautifully with the recent Venus, which is the way that we relate to ourselves, and then through that our other people, that has been under the microscope, the Pluto microscope. And of course, a large part of that process has been redefining what we feel that we need. So now, what this new moon is actually asking us from the point of view of what we need, we're going to be like, okay, let's get that done. Let's put that into practice. Let's see how we can change the way that we are being in our lives, how our relationship to ourselves, based on these new needs. Do you understand? So it's kind of a really, really beautiful way of the universe sort of sharing with us how we are spiritually evolving as a human race. But it's up to us to obviously take these opportunities. And of course, a large part of that process is not just sort of, floating through it. There is going to be some opportunities where we're going to have to feel that our egos might need to be, challenged on what we feel. And our relationships are going to offer these experiences and these challenges and such. And what I offer during this experience is to try and be open-minded about the fact that this is happening to yourself, and obviously you're it's happening to others. Okay, so does that make sense? I hope that's pretty clear. I felt that, with my own experience within this, within this cardinal cross, and with the new moon, I'm definitely looking at new ways in which I could be relating to myself, and how I can define my own sort of sense of who I am in this process. And I know that my own soul's journey has obviously selected this period of time in life to be able to learn the necessity, or the things that it needs to learn. Now, for everybody that is out there that has got Pluto in Libra, I really, really, really think that this cardinal cross, as well as this shift in consciousness that's taking place, because that's ultimately what it is going to hit us the most, the hardest. And the reason why I say that is because it's us that has been that's a negative word. It's us that have had direct experience of the nature of relations. And we are, in a sense, offered during our lives to evolve through the polarity of Libra, which is Aries. And so, of course, Aries being the main theme at this point in time, you can see how this is attached to our sense of self-development, our sense of personal self-discovery, right? So those are the kind of the keywords that I can sort of share with you guys that I feel are really important as to part of this this new moon in Aries, is that self-discovery, independent understanding, the need to express one's freedom is also going to be a big part of it. Okay. Right, guys, I think that was sort of what I have to say about today. I think what I would like to end off really with in this video is to kind of really drive home the point that this is not an energy pattern that's going to be friendly from the point of view of just, it's easy and we can relax. What I'm asking when I say it's not going to be easy, it's going to say that we're going to be invited in most moments to be able to self-discover, and that does mean that we might have to sort of find out where our faults are. Uranus is going to be coming in with a lot of shocks, a lot of insights as well at the same time. So everybody's going to feel their warrior energy being activated during this period of time, this go energy, this need to explore itself. So it's about just making sure that we channel that energy into the right ways of being. And those ways of being are, like I said, how can I self-discover? How can I learn from this experience and include that within your consciousness, and obviously allow the other opportunities for the other people as well. Okay, everybody, thanks very much for tuning into my video. I hope that was super informative. I'm going to be creating the Grand Cross video fairly shortly. That video, I'm going to be sharing some insights into what I feel are things that we need to pay attention to. I think I did actually cover, some sort of basic concepts about the Grand Cross that's going to be taking place. This is on the 22nd of April, by the way. And, this is a big shift is coming, a big shift in consciousness, a big shift in relations, and relating patterns are coming, and this energy pattern is going to be very, very it's going to change the way that we relate, and that's awesome. I think that's fantastic. I think that it's about time that we started to see the new road being laid and paved for us, and that we are also part of that sort of new creation of that road that's going to be taking place, and it's finally here. I think that a lot of us have been feeling a shift in consciousness and a shift in ways in which we're relating to each other, and this is the opportunity where the change is going to take place, and that's great. Okay, so if anybody's interested in understanding more about the nature of your own sort of relationship to this cardinal cross in your own astrology chart, come over to my website, simonvorster.com. Over there I have a wealth of information about what it is that I do as an astrologer. I also have a page called Astro Writings, which you can go and see how I work as an astrologer. And then lastly, click on the Write to Me button and book a reading with me. I do all my readings over Skype or through Google Hangouts, or sort of any medium that you prefer. I can also do MP3 recordings. And I also do short MP3 and recording readings as well, which are available on my site. All my prices are over there as well. It's a great opportunity, I think, to be able to have your soul's journey read to you and shared with you during this period of time, because it kind of gives a little bit more perspective of where you are individually within this whole story. So I invite you guys to come over to my site and book a reading with me. I think that you'll be super excited and and find a lot of insights into your own sort of soul's journey. And if you like my content, everybody, please hit the like and subscribe button, and check out my website. Sorry, not my website, my channel, where I have loads of videos containing and speaking about, you know, different spiritual understandings and the planetary methods that are happening at this point in time. And yeah, that's about it. Fantastic. Thanks, guys, for listening to what I have to say today, and have a fantastic evening. Take care. Bye-bye.